Oh, thanks. Special delivery.
Ooh, I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've had a good New York slice.
Me too. Let's see how it turned out.
Whoa, what happened to it?
I don't know.
We can't eat this. Aw, man. I just wanted a good slice of Hawaiian.
What was that? Wait a minute. Look, it's a slice of Hawaiian.
What? But how?
I don't know, but it looks good. Try it.
Okay. It's perfect. You try.
Okay. Magic pizza box. I want a slice of pepperoni. Let's eat.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Bianca.
And I'm James.
We're a husband and wife board gaming duo called the Tricktakers.
We're here to play our hand at board game reviews and how-tos.
Today we're talking about a game that's super fun and very cheesy.
It's New York Slice by Bezier Games. In this game, each player collects or eats slices of pizza as they attempt to score the most points.
Here's how it works.
To start, shuffle and divide the designated number of pizza slices into piles of 11 face-down slices each. Shuffle the Today's Special cards and place one randomly on top of each pile.
Each round, the first player, or the slicer, chooses a pile and lays the slices out into the shape of a pizza. The Today's Special card from the top of that pile is also revealed.
The slicer then decides how to cut the pizza into as many portions as there are players, adding the Today's Special card to one of the groups or placing it as its own portion.
When being split, the slices have to remain in the same order as they were initially laid out. They can't be rearranged.
One by one, each player, starting from the left of the slicer, chooses which portion of the pie they want to take, then they decide which slices to immediately eat and which ones to keep face up in front of them for possible scoring later.
You can eat slices of pizza with pepperonis on them for guaranteed points per pepperoni later.
Or you can test your luck and keep slices in front of you. Whoever has the most of each type of pizza in front of them at the end of the game gains points matching the numbers on that type.
So the player with the most slices labeled with the number 6 gets 6 points. The player with the most slices labeled with the number 10 gets 10 points, and so on.
The general goal here is to gain more slices of the same type of pizza than other players, or eat the slices for pepperoni points if you don't think you'll succeed. Once the current round slicer takes the last portion and makes their decisions, the roll of slicer rotates to the next player, and you start over again.
After all the piles are gone, the game ends and you ask for the check. I mean score sheet, to start tallying up points based on the following.
1 point per number of pepperonis on eaten slices. Whoever has the most of each type of pizza gets the listed number of points. -1 point for each uneaten anchovy on slices in front of you. And don't forget to factor in any added or subtracted points from the daily specials. Now that you have an idea of how to play New York Slice, let's talk about the pros and cons.
New York Slice is a light game with good pacing and a smooth flow to it.
It's a really easy game to teach and jump into very quickly. The game takes about a half hour to play, so it's a solid filler game to kick off your game night.
Players who like puzzly games will likely enjoy New York Slice. In my opinion, it has a great balance of problem solving and decision making without any overcomplicated rules.
Yeah, and at 2 players, we haven't really encountered too much analysis paralysis when playing this game.
New York Slice does have the potential to be really complex if the players get overly mathematic in their strategy, but we think the game is best enjoyed when it's not taken too seriously.
After all, you're playing with slices of pizza, not chess pieces. So there's no need to spend a lot of time calculating the exact probability when trying to decide how to slice the pizza.
But if math is what your game group is into, then hey, you do you.
Even though this is a more puzzly game that does require a lot of thinking, we were still able to hold conversations between turns without it being too disruptive to gameplay.
The theme is super consistent and the components are high quality. It even comes in a box that looks and functions like an actual pizza box.
These thoughtful details really make the game stand out.
The slices are made out of thick cardboard and have detailed artwork on both sides.
Yeah, and the thick pizza slices make this game great for playing outdoors. We played this in the park a few times, and we didn't have any issues with game pieces blowing away.
As for the cons, we only have a couple for this game.
Even though we really like the pizza box design, I wish it came with a better insert to hold all the cards and slices.
Yeah, without a proper insert, the box doesn't really close properly when all of the pieces just end up piled up on the bottom of the box.
The second con is scalability. According to the directions, New York Slice can accommodate anywhere from 2 to 6 players, which may be true, but we found that the feel of the game changes depending on how many players you have.
At 2 players, the game feels more strategic and puzzly. It's also easier to come up with a fairly split pizza, so as Slicer, it feels more meaningful and rewarding.
The game does work with more players, but when we played with 4 people, it started to feel like more of a party game than a strategy game, with more randomness to how the pizza was sliced and less strategizing.
Plus, some players might feel a little overwhelmed at higher player counts, increasing the chances of analysis paralysis.
In general, New York Slice is a light game that allows players to get creative with how they decide to slice the pizza, how they pick which portion to take, and how they manage the risk and reward of whether to eat or keep certain slices.
Part of what's really interesting about this game is how the slicer determines how the round will play out, depending on how they choose to cut the pie. They may decide to slice even slices so everyone gets their fair share.
Or they can get a little more creative and slice uneven slices to tempt certain players to take specific portions.
Overall, we really enjoy this game, especially at lower player counts. Plus, it's been a great way for us to celebrate James's favorite food.
That's for sure. Playing this game always makes me hungry, so when New York Slice is on the menu for your game night, you might want to order an actual pizza. But make sure to split it evenly to avoid hangry gamers.
Have you played New York Slice? What are your thoughts on this puzzly game?
Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like.
We post new videos every other Thursday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when our next video drops.
We'll see you next time.
Trick takers out.
I'm so full. I don't think I've ever eaten that much pizza before.
Yeah, I think we might have gotten a little carried away with the magic pizza box. The New York Slice game box does not actually produce magic pizza. Please eat pizza responsibly.